So I finished Falling Like Leaves by Mr. Wilson a couple of weeks ago. I did not realize it was YA until I finished and went to Goodreads and Storygraph to leave a 4.5-star review. I usually don't read YA because I thought, past tense, I thought I grew out of that genre. I am 32, so sometimes reading about teenagers acting like teenagers feels frustrating. But Falling Like Leaves surprised me because the character motivations, their conflicts, their development is very integrated into the plot, the story, and the setting. So even though Alice and Cooper can act rash sometimes, they have big feelings and they may react in the heat of the moment. I did not think it was illogical. I did not think it was irrational of them. The way they react to whatever is happening in the plot, and the way they make decisions, like the decisions they make, how they react to their environment, to other people around them, is very grounded in who they are as individuals. So it was very satisfying to read about them, like this journey from the start, who they are, and the growth that they have throughout the book. Because it made me think about my time in high school as well and university. Surprisingly, it made me feel not nostalgic, but it made me think about it again. Because like Alice, I had a mindset that, I'm here to get good grades. I'm here to graduate. I'm here to get a diploma so that I can, go to university, get good grades, get my bachelor's degree. Alice is kind of like that in the beginning, where she's so focused on the academics, she pushes everything else away. So she's not socializing, she's not hanging out with friends, she's just, by herself on the weekends, there's reading books. So she has a tunnel vision on her academics, because that's what her dad wants. Her dad is a journalist, so she wants to be a journalist. And that background, informs the conflict, the external and internal conflict that Alice needs to navigate throughout the book. So she has this, maybe spoiler alert. So her main conflict, like internal conflict, her theme is about choosing your passion over what other people expect from you. So it's expectations versus your own passions. There's also like a mirroring theme or a parallel theme where there's logic versus feelings. Because Alice is focused, or she has an anxiety about her future, and that's where the journalism versus fashion design comes from. A steady career versus a creative, unpredictable career, which I think every high school student faces. And I think even as an adult, you kind of still face that decisions. Do you go the safe way or do you go to the passionate way? I think, even as an adult, you kind of still have to make these decisions. Passion versus logic. Safety versus creativity. What else? Going for what you want, or going for what is beneficial for the people around you. That kind of thing. So even though, it's packaged in a high school, like in the micro environment, it's high school, it does apply to the bigger world. So yeah, I got pretty invested with Falling Like Leaves, and it was very satisfying to see Ellis go through her growth. And Cooper as well, because Cooper is the opposite. Yeah, it's a bit of an opposite of Ellis. He is more balanced as well, because for Ellis, it's like black and white. Cooper has more gray areas. He is more about feelings over logic. He is about, chasing his own dreams versus, giving into societal pressure, things like that. So, yeah, pretty much opposite of Ellis. And that contradicting mindset creates the conflict between them. So, like I said at the beginning, like their conflict, their background, their motivations, they're all intertwined, and all of those little aspects of their personalities play into the overarching plot, the overarching theme, and everything is just smoothly going in the same direction. I think the story, the plot, the characters are just well integrated together to give or to express a message, to express the themes. And I think it's just a very good coming of age story. It deals with common anxieties that we see in high school students, or like I said, even adults. It mirrors some of the adult anxieties as well. And it also makes for a good romance, because Ellis and Cooper are their own characters. Like they deal with things separately, or they have their own issues and stuff, and they do grow independent of each other. It's not just all about the romance. Like they have to sort things out by themselves, and then they come together, and then that's when the romance works. And of course, we have this setting, Bramble Falls, which is a cozy town, and they are in the middle of an autumn festival that Ellis reluctantly joins, and then eventually she genuinely enjoys herself. So we have this very, very pretty, very, very cozy setting, and it's a great juxtaposition as well to New York City, because Ellis is from New York, and in the beginning of the book, she gets yoinked out of New York. Her mom forcibly takes her from New York to Bramble Falls, because the mom and the dad have some issues that they don't really tell Ellis what the issue is, but that's the reason. That's the inciting incident. And even in New York versus Bramble Falls, like the big city, the rush, the ambition, the big upscale things, versus the quiet, cozy, very comfortable, community-based Bramble Falls. The plot, it goes through like several festival activities. I'm sorry. It goes through several festival activities where you just see these two characters kind of reuniting, because they were childhood friends, but at one point Ellis stopped going, and Cooper is a bit salty because he felt abandoned. Because Ellis got busy, right? So Ellis was so focused on her academics that she forgot all her friends. She's not hanging out with anyone. She's not talking a lot with a lot of her friends. She only has one best friend. And in that mess, she also forgot about Cooper. So Cooper felt abandoned, and that's his background as well. So that's part of the internal conflict that he has. He doesn't trust Ellis because she is flighty, and he has abandonment issues. So that's another conflict that they have in terms of the romance. And it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel overly dramatic because it makes sense. He, as a kid, he felt abandoned and now he doesn't trust Ellis, which, to be fair, Ellis doesn't really give trustworthy vibes. She was not happy in Bramble Falls. She was angry about it. She fights with her mom about it, and she's not really hiding the fact that she doesn't want to be in Bramble Falls. So yeah, Cooper had valid reasons for thinking that Alice is flighty. So yeah, throughout the book, you see them bonding again, getting to know each other again as adults or as teenagers, and it's pretty cute. Like the festival activities, the bonding scenes that they have is pretty cute and wholesome and sweet. So it has more Kilig factor than the adult fictions that I've read, because there is a setup. Like, you see these two characters, you see their dynamics, you see them interacting with each other. So yes, there is still like that moment, oh, you know, he looks hot or she looks hot, but it still took time to establish like emotional and platonic bonds. Like they became friends again and they became close, and then we get the romance. So it's not like insta love, which I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of like insta love. And so this was really refreshing. The two reasons why I did not give a 5 stars. First is there is a miscommunication trope, but it doesn't come from our main characters. It actually comes from the mom. So the adult is the one doing the miscommunicating. When she took Ellis from New York to Bramble Falls, she didn't really give a reason. Like, she says they have issues with the dad, like her husband, but she doesn't really explain to Ellis why this is happening, which caused their fight. Like, I mean, which is fair for Ellis. Like, you know, she was gonna do this internship that's really important to her, but suddenly, you know, she's taken out of the city into this, you know, small town that she hasn't been to in years, to attend high school that didn't have AP classes, which she was angry about. Which is fair, because the mom didn't really give a good reason. She just says, I need time away from your dad. But then, as Ellis points out, like, why can't she stay with the dad? And the mom really doesn't give an answer. She only explains toward the end of the book, which is convenient. For me, it doesn't make sense that the mom did not tell her, maybe even midway to the book, because it's really causing a lot of tension between her and Ellis. Like, they're really fighting about it. So for me as an adult, and for the mom as an adult, why did she not explain herself better? And the reason that she gives at the end, while it does make a bit sense compared to what happened with Ellis, or compared to the fighting that they have with Ellis, I just don't believe her prioritizing her reasons for not telling the truth. Wait, I lost my thought there. I don't believe that the mom would prioritize her own reasons for not telling the truth over what Ellis is feeling. Because, yeah, like I said, she was not hiding anything. She was not happy. She was angry. She was fighting with her mom. And I just don't believe that the mom would not resolve that. Especially she loves Ellis. She's not a bad mom. So I would believe it more if she spoke to Ellis at maybe midway point and just explained things. And the only reason that I think that didn't happen is because that would lessen the conflict between Alice and her mom, and it would reveal a plot twist too early. So yeah, I just didn't, for me that didn't work. It didn't land, the miscommunication from the mom. Another thing is the bane of my existence, telling and not showing. There is a lot of telling. This book is not that thick. I think it's this thick. So I get it that there's a lot of information that needs to be expressed or to be, told. But that took away some of the emotional impact. For example, when Alice and Cooper were young, how they were as children, I think it would benefit the romance plot if we saw them as children. That way, when they saw each other again, we can feel the impact, we can feel the difference when Cooper starts being cold toward Alice. Because without seeing how close they were as children, I don't think we would appreciate how cold and how aloof Cooper was at the beginning. I think it would hit more if, we saw the difference. So I think maybe even a prologue, maybe, about the last summer that they spent together, or flashbacks early on. But yeah, in the beginning of the book, Alice doesn't even remember Cooper until she sees him, which makes sense to her character as well. But as readers, we lose that emotional impact when, Cooper was like standoffish. But yeah, other than that, I really enjoyed Falling Like Leaves, 4.5 stars. I would recommend it to people who like cozy setting, who likes, if you like, fall themed books, if you like lighthearted contemporary romance, if you would like to stroll down memory lane and be nostalgic about your high school and university, maybe you can read this. Yeah, you might enjoy it. Or if you want to read a story about the struggle of picking your passions over picking what is safe, then you might like Falling Like Leaves. But yeah, that's it for me. I just wanted to, this is a really quick video, but yeah, I read a couple of romances after Falling Like Leaves. I will make a video about that. The Brown Sister series by Talia Hibbert, I just finished that and I really enjoyed it as well. So that video will come, I don't know. As you can see, I'm in my car. I just finished my shift and I'm just waiting for my sister to arrive because we carpool. So yeah, I'm trying to maximize my time. Unfortunately, editing and recording is taking a lot of time, actually. I did not expect that, which I should have, because I started this account when I was on vacation, so I overestimated my free time. So hopefully, you might, well, not hopefully. So yeah, in the future, you might see me recording from my car. And sometimes in my room, sometimes spliced together, but yeah, I'm just trying to maximize my time. Okay, so that was Falling Like Leaves. I'll see you next time. Bye!